What's up, everybody? I am here. How's it going, everybody? I'm here. Casacello, the credit doctor, credit expert. How's it going, everybody? So, welcome to everybody. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to join in. I'm here as promised, running a little behind time, but that's just the life of a business person. Ooh, way behind. I'm here. Is on Dallas time. I think it's Central time or whatever, but also it should be like 4:21 East Coast time. But nevertheless, I'm here. If you're getting these notifications, I'm here. This is all about credit. Welcome to my channel. This is Exceptional Credit Repair LLC. I wanted to get some information out about the online disputing and why I believe that it's a good time now to do a lot of the online disputing. One of the major things that I'm seeing is a lot of people are getting results with the online disputing. I know the COVID-19 is still prevalent and it's still out. A lot of people are still getting sick and some people don't believe it. But nevertheless, I want to share with you my perspective of the online disputing and answer some questions. Now, if you have not subscribed and you come across this page, just click that red button up there and subscribe to the page, and you will get notifications when I come on my YouTube platform. Again, I'm Casacello James. I've been in the business for at least 25 years now. And this is my field concerning finances and credit and finances. I love this particular industry because I started my business years ago because I wanted people not to have to take the long route, if you will, and to make sure that they get accurate information and not a bunch of pipe dreams or wishful thinking or false hope, as I say. All right. So I know there's a lot of things going on. You have to pay your bills just like anybody else, and you want the real deal about credit. I'm an author. I do have a excellent credit manuscript, which is on Amazon right now. My credit book, I have it in ebook and paperback. I love paperback. So I have an ebook, which is just $7.99, and I have the paperback book, which is just $20. And you can get that on Amazon.com and just type in the title of the book is Teach Me How to Fix My Credit. Teach Me How to Fix My Credit is the title of the book. Okay, so you can get the book on Amazon.com. All right, Teach Me How to Fix My Credit. The book is on Amazon.com. So it is amazing. And so most people, if you are like me and you're trying to make sure that you keep your credit straight and you're trying to make sure that you navigate and make the right decisions. What credit card companies, if you do need a credit card or desire a credit card company, do they have to run your credit, as we used to say back in the day, shotgun your credit with sending it to a whole lot of finance companies, banks, and credit unions when you're trying to buy a car? What is the mortgage process? Excuse me, what is that process all about? How can I find not only the realtor? Does the realtor do what the mortgage broker does? Does the mortgage broker do what the mortgage finance company is? The realtor where I'm going to get my mortgage from? So all of that stuff, I help you navigate through all of that, and also to help you navigate what decisions that you need to make, whether you should pay this particular card or do this or do that. All right, so I'm not going to be long. I just wanted to go over a few things before the day got really long, or people started doing whatever they're going to do around the house. And now, if you're joining me right now and you have any questions, just type me, or you can say hello if you haven't already said hello to me previously on my live show on Facebook on last night. It was amazing. I enjoyed the show last night. So what I wanted to talk about, the reason why I believe the topic today is online disputing. The reason why I believe it's a great time to do online disputing is because a lot of businesses are closed down. Not every business is not operating from home. So therefore, the challenges that you've been having with getting it off your credit can be minimized. And so they still will try to fight you, but nevertheless, at the end of the day, if you are very strategic with what you put in those online disputes, you can put the Section 609 from the Fair Credit Reporting Act. You can put any code that you want up there. They'll give you a space where you can put the reasoning why you want to validate that this account is incorrect. The late payment, you was never late, or the account simply is not yours. But it's a great time because a lot of businesses are not refuting or challenging what you are disputing. So it is going to automatically come off. Now, hopefully, like I've seen in the last week or two, you're going to see some stuff come off in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or what have you. Today is April the 6th. So you want to do your best to try to get this stuff off your credit. And the online disputing that I'm doing, which is very amazing, is only $40. That's right. It's only $40. And that's if you must have TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, the username and password. For TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, you must have the username and password, and it has to work on your computer, not just on the phone. I'm not talking about the apps, but you must be able, for me to do what I need to do and dispute it on your behalf, you must be able to get into those 3 sites. Now, there is a little glitch happening. I don't know what is going on with TransUnion, but a lot of it's like a hit and miss. Some of their online sites are not working. Even when the people sign up correctly, it's still not working. Now that one I will omit. It will still be $40 if I can get into the Equifax and the Experian, because there's no glitch or there's nothing wrong with those. If you haven't set it up correctly, then it was just done wrong. So at the end of the day, if you do set it up, if you have the Equifax and the Experian already done, and the TransUnion, because eventually that will be fixed as well. So it would just be $40. That's right. Now my normal fee starts at $300. It can go all the way from $300 up to $1,000. It can go from $300 all the way up to $1,000. All right. So, and it's just depending on whether you have bankruptcies. If you don't have bankruptcies, that's another process that I use. If you have late payments, that's a process that I use. If you have collections and late payments, that's a process. I have a certain system that I have created for my company. This works for me and Exceptional Credit Repair LLC. Credit restoration takes as long as you need it to take. It's very rewarding, but it is not an overnight process. Many of you have the wrong concept of what credit repair, as you call it. I call it credit restoration, because I hate to be grouped with those groups that say, oh, my cousin does it. Or, you know, I know a person that can get everything off your credit. It's not just about getting things off your credit. It's about living a quality life and making sure that you don't go back to your old habitual habits. If you don't clean this up first, then everything that you try to do concerning your credit is going to be for naught. It's going to be just terrible for you, because you're trying to put new wine in an old bottle. It's going to burst. All right. So you want to make sure that you got discipline. Discipline is the key. You want to make sure that you get the correct information. Just because somebody says they can get it off your credit in 2 days or 15 days, it's not a cookie cutter method. It does not work for everybody that way. Some people, it is going to take you a year and a half. It is going to take you almost 2 years, because you're up and down. 1 minute you're so gung-ho with making sure that you get it done, and you're going to follow the expertise of the credit doctor, and then the rest of you are going to get frustrated, just like I did. I talk about that, the frustrating part, in my book. I talk about when you're going through the frustrating part with chapter 5, when you just want to take some gasoline and just douse it on somebody. All right. at the end of the day, that's just a metaphor. All right. So at the end of the day, you want to be very strategic on what you want to do. If you're getting ready to buy a house, do everything you can to work towards that goal and in that direction. If you're getting ready to buy a car, absolutely do everything, and work towards that direction. Don't keep doing crazy stuff. Don't be at Victoria's Secrets. And just because they say, oh, you will save 10% and they put you on the spot because another customer is behind you, the heck with them. Don't mess yourself up. Don't be out there just aimlessly, just applying for stuff, just crazy. You just applying for stuff to get 10%. It wasn't even a big deal. So you save $10 or $20 on a shirt, or you save something and you already spent $400, but you're only getting $10 back. Don't do that, because it hurts your credit, even though inquiries are only 10% of the credit calculation. All right. So this is how it works. You have 35% is payment history, 30% is balances and utilization, 15% is how long you've had credit, and then the 10% is the mixed files, where the mixed blend of credit that you have, like your car payment, your mortgage, your student loans, or your credit cards, or your personal loan. All of those are mixed accounts. All right. And then you have the last 10%, which is the inquiries. All right. So you want to make sure that you know how your credit is broken down. Credit is very important. If you don't think it is because of this pandemic, this is a perfect example why you need something in the lean, in the hard times. All right. Now, I'm not going to be long. I just wanted to come on and keep my word. Sorry that I was late again. I just had business, a call after call after call after call, which took precedence. All right. But I will be back on again this week. Normally, I'm going to try to do YouTube during the day. And then on tomorrow night, I'm going to do my live show on Facebook Live. If you have not subscribed, you want to take the time to do that, as well as making sure you connect with me on Facebook. Just type in Casacello James. It's real easy. If you type in Casacello James, myself, I'll come up on Facebook Live. But listen, if you want to sign up for the online disputing, it is really easy, really quick, really fast. You'll be able to dispute anything: outdated addresses, old phone numbers, of course, collections, anything that's negative. On a lot of credit sites, they're going to tell you the accounts, and then it's going to say collections, and then it's going to say negative. So sometimes they're double dipping, because they have the same collection, but then they still have it with the original owner, which they're listed as your regular account. And both accounts are closed. It's closed on the collection section, and then it's closed on the account section. That can't be. It's because they already have closed the account and charged it off, and then some of you have made arrangements and they said that, hey, we will take it off, and they never did. So that's why I call this a deletion letter. If you ever pay a collection, do not pay them until you get what I call a deletion letter. They're going to tell you, I don't know what that is. My company does not offer that. That simply means you send me something in the mail in writing stating, after I pay you this $200, it will be removed from all credit reporting sites, not just only 3. What if they put it on LexisNexis? What if they put it on Clarion or SafeRent, or whatever the case may be? Innovis, the one I call Innovatus or Innovis. So at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you do your due diligence. Do paperwork talks and bull crap walks every time. So you want to make sure you have paperwork, even if they email it to you. A lot of collection agencies, they're not your friends. They're not attorneys. They're going to tell you huge extreme lies. They're going to do everything they can to scare you. They're going to tell you that, hey, we're going to garnish your wages. We're going to take all your money. You're not going to be able to hide from us. You did live at this, that, and the other. They're waiting for you to get angry and you start arguing back and forth. So they continue to tape is recording you admitting, and you're saying, I didn't admit anything. Yes, you did, because when you tell them things of this nature, well, I never did this, that, and the other, but I sent them a payment, this, that, and the other. That right there, you've already admit that particular account was yours. When you said that you sent them even one payment at any given time, you are admitting that that account belongs to you. So don't let, they're skilled and trained. They're in the business to collect debt. They're not in the business of helping you make them look like an idiot or make their particular case go back to zero. Yes, they can. Collection agencies can sell it to another collection agency. For instance, if Scooby-Doo Collection Agency, Get My Money, has bought the debt from let's just say, I'm using this as an example, from the cell phone place. If the cell phone place, it is called the cell phone place. So if the cell phone place has sold it to Scooby-Doo Get My Money, and Scooby-Doo said, well, I've been sitting on this debt and we can't get no money off of it, you know, and they've already paid pennies on a dollar for the debt, then they'll sell it to Tweety Bird. All right. So that's how the debt does pass. Now, that does not happen as frequently as some people think, because most people keep saying, well, every time I use some type of credit restoration or credit repair company, the stuff just keeps coming back. No, sometimes it will just die and they can't keep double dipping. So you mean to tell me the law is going to keep allowing them to punish you for the rest of your life? No, they already know that the debt is dead, and you can't keep double dipping on the credit report, is because it has already been removed. All right. So you need to know the law. There is as I said this morning to somebody, there's a process and there's a method to this madness. So you need to know the process. It is ridiculous for me to sit in front of a skilled chess player and not know how to play chess. I've lost before I've started. That's excellent. I've lost before I started. It's if you've never played checkers before and you're a whiz kid, sure, you might win. But if you never played checkers, and that is not as aggressive as chess, because I don't know how to play chess, but I know how to make strategic moves when it comes down, because I like the concept, when it comes down to me having good credit, excellent credit, and keeping that excellent credit. And it's not, I'm going to leave you with this. It's not just only for you to, you know, get your credit fixed and now you brag for a month or two or even 6 months, and then you're back in the same habitual cycle. You want to fix your credit, keep it, and make sure that it works for you. All right. Amen. Amen. All right. You want to make sure it works. All right. You got to work your credit. Things will get better. As I said last night, things are going to be much better. You're not going to be in this predicament to the rest of your life. It is going to get better. All right. Jeremy, thank you for joining me. So it's going to get better. You're not going to be in the same redundant place. It's going to be tremendous whenever you get ready to see things come, you know, in your life concerning financial, you know, great things happening to you as far as finances. You just got to put certain things in place. And one thing that I've learned in 25 years, and I'm still learning, this particular credit process is forever changing. Now they was thinking about coming out. It hasn't hit yet. And I think the COVID-19 has slowed a lot of that down. It hasn't hit. It's called FICO 10. FICO 10, just briefly, is supposed to be able to go back 2 years prior in your history to be able to make sure that the score that you have right now is the current score you had even 2 years ago. If some companies buy that particular platform, you know, not only will you be punished for what you're doing now, but you're going to be punished for what you did or might have not done, you know. And the thing that my rebuttal for that is, I don't think you should be able to go back 2 years, because if I disputed it 2 years ago and told you it wasn't mine, and you still gonna look at me as a low risk person, or a person, I'm not low risk, a high risk, because when you're high risk, that means that you're a person that typically won't pay your bills or won't pay it back. You want to be a low risk. Low risk means we're going to get the best interest rate. You know, typically they pay their bills. All right. So you want to make sure that you do what you got to do to make sure that your credit will go to another level. So I am Casacello, the credit doctor. And when you get ready to establish credit, you do not want anybody, you know, giving you bad advice. There's a lot of bad advice on these YouTube streets. There are a few people here that really do know what they're talking about. I'm one of them. So you can reach me at 786-213-1087. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube, of course, and I'm on Instagram, and I'm even on Twitter. All right. So all you got to do, if you type in my name or either EC Repair Now or just simply Exceptional Credit Repair, even if you Google me, I'm gonna come up. So for somebody to say they cannot find the credit expert, whenever you sign up with me, whether it's for $40 or $300 or whether it's for $1,000, I will become your credit advisor. And it's always good to check with the credit advisor. Anytime that you facing any type of collection, do not talk to them. If I was you, I would send it in writing, especially if you know that the debt is not yours. If you know that they're saying now that you owe $900, but you only really owe $300, you need to put it in writing, state your case, and make sure you stand by that. Do not add or take away, and make sure you put it in writing. That's why they like to send those letters to your home, is because they know they're creating a paper trail and a file and a folder on you. And they don't have to have necessarily your social security number. They can do a public search. They pay for all of this. They pay the credit bureaus in order with that system, which is called eOscar. They pay the credit bureaus in order to be able to even put that stuff on your credit report. That's another show. Have you ever wondered what electronic system do they use to be able to put that stuff on your credit report? So I'm going to do a show just entitled eOscar. And that's the method and the system that they use to be able to put it on your credit report without your permission. And that law has been around since the 70s. That's why I say I don't like a lot of the stuff that the law permits collection agencies to do. Yeah, they changed a few laws, but it hasn't changed drastically where the consumer, gets a greater leg up. All right. And it's a lot more beneficial for the customer and the consumer. All right. Now, does anybody have any questions about the online disputing? All right. Two major things today three, the collections, don't fool with them until you make sure that you got all your ducks in a row. And online disputing, excuse me, is only for $40, but you got to make sure that you have all three in place, meaning the username and password, username and password, username and password. If I have to send anything in, it goes to a different price. All right. So, but we'll talk about that and discuss that. I'm Costello, the CEO of Exceptional Credit Repair LLC. I'm getting ready to leave you. I didn't want to make this particular live as long, but I want you to get the gist of what's going on right now. We're still locked down until the end of April. So why not? You don't have nothing but the time. Stop eating all that fried chicken and get in there and work out just like I'm trying to do, so I won't be big as a house too. All right. So you want to do what you got to do in order to stay ahead. I encourage anybody, this is the time. Even if you are working from home and you say, well, I'm already on the computer, I'm tired. By the time I finish doing my online stuff, I don't feel like doing no other stuff. But that's fine. Get you good $40. I'll send you my business invoice, and that business invoice will go directly to your email. You just click pay now. It's really easy. You can pay with your debit card, credit card. You can pay with a gift card. If somebody give you a Visa gift card, you can pay with that. It is very easy, very quick, very fast. I have already made it very easy and very fast. All right. Does anybody that's on now? I know we got a couple of people that's on. If you have any questions that you want to ask me, you can. If you don't have anything else to say, I'm gonna jet up out of here. But also, y'all also be careful. I haven't seen nobody say anything about the stimulus check. I haven't seen no extra money pop up in my bank account, because the IRS, I don't play with the IRS. Now they got all my information, so all they got to do is just direct deposit my stuff. All right. So I file taxes every year, not every year. All right. All right. So at the end of the day, hopefully you're going to have a great day. It was really pressing today. I had a whole bunch of stuff to do. Oh my God. But this is the real deal about credit repair. Now, let me give you, I'm doing some other stuff. They're going to do a Q&A with me, just to give you some of my background. Have you ever, let me leave you with this. Have you ever, I know I get frustrated. So you have to know your strengths and you have to know your weaknesses. Frustration can cripple me, because it really gets to me and it really bothers me. And I'm gonna say about frustration is because when you're going through credit repair and credit restoration, It is very frustrating. It is very aggravating. So trust me, I get it. It seems like when you going through, I remember years ago when my score was like 400 and something, and I just didn't have a lot of credit. And I'm in the hair industry, so I'm a master barber. So I was used to just paying things. I've been to the buy here, pay here lots, all of that stuff. And I had nice cars, nice homes, nice apartments. Always have had this, that, and the other because I made a lot of money, and so I just paid for stuff. So I didn't worry about credit, especially when I was 19 or 20. It's not that I was shooting for bad credit. It was just I was doing good just dealing with cash. And so at the end of the day, my score wasn't going anywhere. But it was frustrating when I was trying to open my first barbershop and salon by myself because they did not I was not a person to them. The only thing I was my social security number. I was a number on paper. And on paper is who you are when you deal, yes, when you deal with trying to accumulate credit. They care nothing about you. The banker that says the outfit that you have on when you walk in the bank, that's not going to secure the loan. I heard a preacher and two other people was talking, and they was saying some good stuff. But then a couple of things they said I didn't agree with, that, people, when they're trying to get things on credit, it's just not only based on credit. If you go to a black-owned bank, or if you go to an establishment and you have a relationship with that credit union, that's not going to get you not in the real world. It's not going to get you the credit card or the loan. Most stuff in the 21st century is computer generated. Now that would have worked in the 70s and the early 80s when Maybell and them was sitting at that computer and they was saying, all right, baby, I'm going to slide this through. I'm gonna give you a extra $1,000 on your Belts card. That day is gone. Everything is computerized. Either you fit the qualifications or either you don't. These good people, the powers that be, could care less that your mama just died. Now, this is the real truth. They could care less that you just lost your job and got to file for unemployment. And then many of you got to watch out because some of your credit limits, they might start lowering. All right, they're going to just drop your credit limit, is because if your credit score, especially American Express, if your credit score start dropping and carrying on, they're going to lower your credit score, your open availability. And all right, you might go from having $5,000 credit limit to $500 or $100. You're going to be mortified. You're going to be falling out on this nice couch. Be like, you're going to be fell out. All right. Like Ricky Smiley did, I'm going to tell you what he said, "Is Cora dead?" Lord, I holler. All right. So at the end of the day, this credit game is very strategic. Credit is not one of those fun, ratchet VH1 shows and stuff of that nature, but you need it to survive. Because just as soon as somebody called me and asked me for money, I ripped their head off. And especially when I made it feasible, you would not believe the people I have done their credit for free. The people that have said, you know what, test me out as a guinea pig. Now you want to be a guinea pig and all this crazy stuff. Credit is very important. All right. So you want to understand. And I pray that you understand that if you don't do anything else today, you make up your mind that, hey, I want to have a better credit profile and a better credit report on all three across the board: Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. All right. And then treat people nice. I'm going to end with that. Treat people nice. Talk to people nice. Stop being mean-spirited. Stop trying to chop off the head. I know there's some people out there that don't do what I do, and they're not going to get it done and be in your corner, and give you this and go the extra mile and give you all the other stuff that you didn't even pay for. But still be nice to those people. Treat those people nice. Lift those people up. You need more good people, that, going to help you make it through. And as I was saying, with the people, when they were saying that all you have to do is have decent credit and all of that, I beg to differ with all of that. If that was the case, I'd be sitting with an extra $500,000 right now. Nobody gave me jack. You hear me? Just because my score was 650 does not mean I qualified for $250,000 or $270,000. One time I went in, I never forget First Citizen. I wanted to blow that bank up. I went in there and that lady couldn't get me on my business plan. She even told me, you know, you look like a nice, conscientious young man, but she was still prejudiced. And now this lady was, because I don't call it unless it is. This lady was prejudiced. She had already made up her mind. I'm not giving this black Puerto Rican, he ain't getting no money up out of here. And so at the end of the day, she was talking down to me. She tried to belittle me. She did everything she could to tell me in a professional way, you ain't getting this loan. I don't care. You can spit bullets. You ain't getting this loan. And so at the end of the day, I had a person typed up this business plan line upon line. I still got it. I can show you. It was wonderful. I had the nerve to be trying to go. I didn't need the loan to get the building. I had already had a 2,500 square, I think it was 25 or 2,700 square feet foot building. It was huge. I had already had the building. I had already put some of the collateral like hydraulic chairs and everything in the building. I had done my part with trying to establish, but I wanted, to be able to give away some free service, some to the community. And I wanted to be able to teach some hair cutting classes and different things of that nature. And at that time, I wasn't trying to get no big school or nothing, but I just wanted to take my business to the next level. So I wanted to get a loan. And so I could pay some employees, at least hire 4 people and different things of that nature, because I had some independent operators that was in the shop already. But at the end of the day, she told me no. And when she pulled my credit and it was 475, it almost looked like it was good to her. She was like, yeah, I got him. Mr. James, everything else looks great, but your credit score is way past poor. That's why I learned that, way past poor. She was not giving me that good loan. And so I was just upset. I filed a complaint. The manager called me. She was much nicer than the lady. I was really offended by some of the other stuff she said. I ain't gonna get into all of that. And the manager tried to clean it up. But having said all of that, the same thing that nasty lady told me is the same thing that lady told me, her boss. They didn't offer me $10. So y'all can stop trying to tell people that you can get high dollar credit limits with just a meager little credit score. It does not work like that. You have to meet the qualifications. Can you get some money with a 650? Sure, yeah, you can buy a house with 580 with an FHA loan. If your score is 580, you can definitely buy the house. There are people right now that have low credit scores, but they make $150,000 or $200,000 a year, and their debt ratio is real low, and they've been on their same job for 2 years and more. So therefore, you will qualify. Some people are going to qualify for those government programs where they give you $1,000, $5,000, and a lot of y'all don't tell the truth. And this is no pun intended, because I wish I could get one. A lot of you that been in the military for a day, for 4 years, for 3 years, whatever the case may be, and you get out and you still are eligible for that VA loan, that's an easy process. I sure wish I could get me one. I've been a member of Navy Federal for 30 years, and I still can't get one. And my dad, it used to be in the military, but just because he was in the military, I wasn't in the military. I'm his son, but I still don't get that VA loan. I think the cheering up to be able to get it, whether we traveled around the country or not. The cheering. So anyway, y'all, I'm getting ready to go. I'm way over my time. I just wanted to tell you, I am doing online disputing, only $40. You must have all 3 of the credit bureau sites. I'm only doing 3: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. You have to have the username and password. Please don't send me those usernames and passwords if you have not tried them out yourself on a computer, not no phone, not no Celica, not no Celica. All right. I need you, unless you own the actual site, because if you do, it will knock me off my system, especially Credit Karma. All right. So at the end of the day, this is yours truly, Casacello James. You can reach me at 786-213-1087. Until next time on our YouTube Credit Live show, I'll see you next time. Be blessed.